Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Mount Juliet High School Marine Corps Junior ROTC Birthday Ball, commemorating the 246th anniversary of the founding of our Corps. Please silence your cell phones and rise as Sergeant Major Clark delivers the Marine's prayer.
Let us pray. Almighty Father, whose command is over all, and whose love never fails, make me aware of thy presence and obedience to thy will. Keep me true to my best self, guarding me against dishonesty in purpose and deed, and helping me to live so that I can face my fellow Marines, my loved ones, and thee without shame or fear. Protect my family. Give me the will to do the work of a Marine, and to accept my share of responsibilities with vigor and enthusiasm. Grant me the courage to be proficient in my daily performance. Keep me loyal and faithful to my superiors, my duties, my country, and the Marine Corps. Make me considerate of those committed to my leadership. Help me to wear my uniform with dignity, and let it remind me daily of the traditions that I must uphold. If I am inclined to doubt, steady my faith. If I am tempted, make me strong to resist. If I should miss the mark, give me the courage to try again. Guide me with the light of truth, and grant me wisdom by which I may understand the answer to my prayer. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. At this time, I'd like to introduce the Senior Marine Instructor from Mount Juliet High School, Marine Corps Junior ROTC, Major Antilli.
Good evening and welcome to our annual birthday ball. It's probably our biggest celebration and biggest event of the year, and it's a very special occasion. It's especially important to me with all of the family sitting here. I'm gonna take a little bit of selfish time to thank each and every one of you for your tremendous support over the last year to keeping our program what it is, with the participation of your cadets and your support as chaperones and just as parents behind the program. And I say that because a year ago today, I was on day 3 of what became 9 rounds of 6 days of chemotherapy apiece. And I was given 2 months to live at that time. So here I stand, thanks to some brilliant doctors at the VA and Vanderbilt, and by the grace of God and some wonderful people. It's thrilling to be here with you today, and I'm thrilled to be back. So thank you. And there's one person I need to call out because in my absence, I was still teaching, I was still involved with the program. I was remote, I had to be due to my condition. And the person doing all the heavy lifting here at the school day to day that kept the program running as though there were still 2 people or even 3 here was Sergeant Major Clark. And please give him a huge round of applause for doing the heavy lifting in my absence. So thank you, Sergeant Major Clark, for everything you've done to keep this machine running perfectly. Okay, with that, the best part about this is the cadets work their butts off to put this thing together. We let them lead it, we let them plan it, we give them some rudder steers here and there, and I'm going to hand it off to them for the rest of the evening. Again, I want to thank you all for coming out. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to see you. And one final note, this is actually a bigger forum than I'm supposed to be at, so if I disappear and I don't get to rub elbows with all of you, please do not take offense. If my doctor knew I was here right now, he'd probably disown me and hand me to a third world quack as punishment. But in any case, I do have to risk mitigate because I just had a stem cell transplant. So Please don't take offense if I'm not able to speak to you one-on-one. I just want to put that out there. But in any case, it's going to be a great ceremony. Thank you for coming. Enjoy.
As you enter this banquet hall, you may have noticed that before us tonight stands an empty chair and a single lone table draped in black, signifying all of our fallen comrades who are not with us this evening because they have given the full measure of devotion to our Corps and our country. The single lighted candle reminds us of the flame of eternal life and that the memory of our fallen comrades will be with us always. The Purple Heart Medal is displayed to reflect the shedding of blood and the ebb of life in battle. The identification tags are blank, yet they could bear the name of any of us here tonight. Only a few Americans choose the dangerous and necessary work of fighting our nation's enemies. As a consequence of that choice, some have paid the ultimate price, joining the honor roll of heroes who built the noble legacy of our Corps. For those of us who carry on that legacy, it is our obligation to honor those fallen Marines. As Marines gather in celebration of our history, we gather in the shadows of greatness. Though our fallen can no longer participate in our traditions, they will always be a part of us and who we are. Please rise for a moment of silence for our fallen comrades. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, a video message from the Commandant and Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps.
When our nation called, Marines were there to defend her.
U.S. officials increasingly worried by the hour.
But our enemies now pose an ever-growing threat to America and our way of life.
Another U.S. Navy warship now in place tonight off the coast. About 250 Marines.
The Marine Corps must be prepared to fight and win. Tonight, Marines around the world proudly celebrate 246 years of defending our great nation. Our warrior lineage and the battles that have been fought and won across generations have become legend. Throughout the centuries, the Marine Corps' relentless pursuit of excellence is unchanged. We are still made from the same grit and steel, with the same moral instincts and the same unending will to fight. Marines remain physically, mentally, and emotionally tough, forged in the crucible to overcome fear and adversity. In these ways, the Corps and the lifelong faith we place in each other is proudly unchanging.
This is as close as we can get to the base of the World Trade Center. You can see the firemen assembled here, the police officers, FBI agents, and you can see the two towers. A huge explosion now raining debris on all of us. We better get out of the way!
On the 11th day of September 2001, our country was attacked.
And the people who knock these buildings down will hear all of us soon.
Like the attack on Pearl Harbor 60 years before, that day changed everything.
Our Marines have fought and won in hostile places like Anbar, Sangin, Fallujah, Helmand, Mosul. We earned our reputation as an elite counterinsurgency force, but that remains only a part of who we are.
After 5 days of heavy fighting, Marines raised our beloved American flag on top of Mount Zerbaji.
What Marines are, what Marines have always been, is amphibious warfighters. And the changing battle now requires us to return to our origins, relying on foundations built by the Marines that came before us. The Marine Corps' identity remains the same, Our infantry battalions will remain at the center of what we do, and the Marine and their rifle will continue to be one of the deadliest weapons on the battlefield. But being ready now requires us to return to the seas and shores of maritime terrain.
The history of the Marine Corps is marked by a series of paradigm shifts, and this is one of them. The hard-won lessons of Iraq and Afghanistan and the blood Marines have shed there will not soon be forgotten. We're using the lessons of our past combined with the weapons of the future to reimagine our warfighting capabilities through continuous adaptation and experimentation.
Marines around the globe, Marines like you, are a vital part of this effort. Your ideas, your feedback will be key to moving the Marine Corps into the future and ensure that we will continue our legacy of winning battles.
And to the Marines who have served our nation and returned home to continue to fight and win battles of a different kind in their own communities, we thank you.
As Marine brothers and sisters, Semper Fidelis is a pledge that we promise to live by. The work of our Marine veterans is a living testament to the faith Marines keep with each other, with our Corps, and with our country. The next generation of Marines may operate differently and in different places than the Marines who wear the Eagle Globe and Anchor today. But they will join a long and proud heritage of Marine fighters who have never turned from a threat, never turned from an enemy. We will always remain most ready when our nation is least ready, because we must protect our shores and we must protect our citizens. It's still going to be the Marines who defend this nation.
Semper Fidelis, and happy birthday, Marines.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the entry of the official party and the guest of honor, and remain standing for the march on of the colors, the singing of our national anthem, and the entry of the traditional birthday cake.
Present. Start.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rang there, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Order. Start.
Ready. Cut.
Post the colors.
Powder march. March. Forward. March.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
All right. Rest.
On November 1st, 1921, John A. Lejeune, 13th Commandant of the Marine Corps, directed that a reminder of the honorable service of the Corps be published by every command to all Marines throughout the globe on the birthday of the Corps. Since that day, the men and women of our Corps have continued to distinguish themselves on many battlefields and foreign shores in war and peace. On this birthday of the Corps, therefore, in recognition of the will of the 13th Commandant, A reminder of the Corps' honorable service is published as follows.
On November 10th, 1775, a Corps Marines was created by a resolution of Continental Congress. Since that date, many thousand men have borne the name Marine. In memory of them, it is fitting that we who are Marines should commemorate the birthday of our Corps by calling to mind the glories of its long and illustrious history. The record of our Corps is one which will bear comparison with that of the most famous military organizations in the world's history. During 90 of the first 146 years of its existence, the Marine Corps has been in action against the nation's foes. From the Battle of Trenton to the Oregon, Marines have won foremost honors in war, and in the long eras of tranquility at home, generation after generation of Marines have grown gray and more in both hemispheres and in every corner of the seven seas, that our country and its citizens might enjoy peace and security. In every battle and skirmish since the birth of our Corps, Marines have acquitted themselves with the greatest distinction, winning new honors on each occasion until the term Marine has come to signify all that is highest in military efficiency and soldierly virtue. This high name of distinction and soldierly repute, we who are Marines today have received from those who have preceded us in the Corps. With it, we have also received from them the eternal spirit which has animated our Corps from generation to generation and has been the distinguishing mark of the Marines in every age. So long as that spirit continues to flourish, Marines will be found equal to every emergency in the future as they have been in the past, and the men of our nation will regard us as worthy successors to the long line of illustrious men who have served as soldiers of the sea since the founding of our Corps. J.A. Lejeune, Major General, United States Marine Corps, 13th Commandant of the Marine Corps.
The timeless message of our 13th Commandant has left its mark in the hearts and minds of all Marines, past and present. By deed and act, from Belleau Wood to the Argonne, from Guadalcanal to Iwo Jima, from Incheon to the Korean Armistice, from the hard fights in Vietnam to Desert Shield and Desert Storm, to this century's longest wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, and in hundreds of other places where Marines have distinguished themselves. Marines have continued to epitomize those qualities which are their legacy. The success which the men and women who have earned the title Marine have achieved in combat and the faith they have borne in peace will endure forever. The Commandant and our many friends add their hearty praise and congratulations on this, our 246th birthday. Ladies and gentlemen, it is customary at Marine Corps birthday celebrations worldwide for Marines to cut a traditional cake in celebration of the birth of our illustrious Corps. It is tradition to offer the first piece of cake to the guest of honor as a sign of respect and to recognize their contribution to our JROTC program and to the Marine Corps. The next piece is given to the oldest and youngest cadet in the ceremony, symbolizing the experience and the youthful spirit that is the hallmark of our Corps. The oldest cadet in the ceremony is Cadet Staff Sergeant Alex Pitt. He was born on January 16, 2003. The passing of the cake from the oldest cadet to the youngest cadet symbolizes the passing of history and traditions to the next generation. The youngest cadet in the ceremony is Cadet Private First Class Erin Adams. She was born on August 3, 2007. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the retiring of the colors and the march-off of the official party, and remain standing for the playing of the Marines hymn.
Detail, attention. Present. So.
Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the commanding officer of Mount Juliet High School, Marine Corps Junior ROTC, Cadet Captain Cadence Perry.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Cadet Captain Cadence Perry, and I'm this year's company commanding officer. I'm so glad that I get to share this celebration with you as we honor the birth of the United States Marine Corps. Because of the Marine Corps, we have our JROTC program that means so much to me. But what means even more is your contribution to it. To all the military servicemen and women, first responders, Mount Juliet High School faculty, school board members, and our amazing guest of honor, to say thank you for your service is not enough. Too often, we find ourselves saying those words, but forgetting their meaning. But tonight, we will choose to honor your sacrifices with our actions in addition to our words. We will choose to live as men and women of integrity, dependability, professionalism, and kindness. To our JROTC instructors, we did it. We endured the last 2 years of confusion, frustration, and fear, and we are stronger now than we were then. That's not to say that everything will be easy from here on, but now we get to see that our patience and caution paid off. This is your ball as well as ours, and we're so grateful that you choose to share these experiences with us every single day. To all the parents, family, and guardians of my cadets, thank you for choosing to do hard things so that our lives could be easier. Thank you for serving us so we can learn how to serve just as you do. Thank you for allowing your children to join this JROTC family and learn how to be young men and women of exemplary character. And finally, to my cadets. You all have all made a beautiful impression on my life, and I can't wait to see what amazing things the rest of this year brings. This is the first birthday ball experience for both my freshmen and my sophomores, and I'm glad you get to see the pride we take in our program, our school, and our country. Juniors, the future leaders of this program, you've been through so much, but look how far you've come. Junior year is so stressful, but you're all stronger than the world tells you. Seniors, here we are. Let's enjoy where we are and with whom we get to celebrate. Thank you for always having my back. Thank you for loving me so well. And thank you for letting me be part of your family. I love you. I'd like to leave you all with something I've been sharing with my company staff lately. It's a simple reminder, and I hope I can encourage you tonight. Be good, be kind, be loved, and be love. Every soul here tonight belongs here and has an amazing purpose. As we celebrate tonight, I challenge you to allow yourselves to see and celebrate how beloved you are, and to remind the people around you how much they matter to you. Thank you, and happy birthday, Marines. It is now my honor to introduce our guest of honor. Jacob Stephen Cosgrove served in the Marine Corps JROTC program from 2009 to 2013 here at Mount Juliet High School. He graduated as the Cadet Sergeant Major and held various other billets during his time in the program. He served in the Marine Corps Reserve as an 0311 rifleman from 2013 to 2019, earning the rank of sergeant. He is currently senior commodity buyer in the procurement department at Bridgestone America. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a round of applause for our guest of honor, Jacob Stephen Cosgrove.
Wow. Test. I don't need it. Thank y'all so much. It's truly a pleasure to come back to my alma mater. I haven't been to Mount Juliet High School since 2013 when I graduated, and it feels just like yesterday. It's hard to believe. I heard someone was born in 2007. Do you know how old that makes me feel? I remember 2007 like it was yesterday. I'm 27 now. Gosh. But in all seriousness, thank you, Major Antilli and Sergeant Major Clark. It's truly an honor to come back here and hopefully get to reach some of you cadets out there. A little bit about me. Thank you for the great introduction. I grew up in Mount Juliet, graduated from Mount Juliet High School in 2013. Was in the ROTC program all 4 years. And my two lovely parents right there, they inspired me to join the Marine Corps. I was a Marine Corps baby. I was born in Jacksonville, North Carolina, because they were stationed there at Camp Lejeune, and they happened to brainwash me to think it was a good idea to join. So thank you. The Marine Corps offered me some great things. I'm not trying to get all of you to recruit, but it's such a great thing. There's no other organization like it in this world. You can serve with your brothers. It doesn't matter what your MOS is. You can tell when a Marine is a Marine. They have some kind of sense around them. You just can connect. And it's just a great brotherhood, sisterhood, and some of the best people I've ever met in my life were in the Marine Corps. But that's enough about me. I would like to leave you guys with some advice from someone that messed up a lot. Right now, my life is pretty good. I graduated college somehow after almost dropping out my first semester, and now I have a pretty secure job at a good company. And it did not come easy. My advice to all of you guys, it's very difficult the next couple years, but it's your defining moments. You right now are teenagers. You're about to step into the world of adulthood. You're going to have to decide some tough decisions. You're going to have a plan for your future. And my advice that I wish I could tell myself when I was in your shoes is push. Do better at what you're doing. You should not be content. Because I myself, I was a very bad student, for example, in college, high school. I had to turn that around myself. And the Marine Corps had to teach me that. You don't have to join the Marine Corps to find some sense and direction in your life, but you really need to think about your future and what you want, because you are setting yourself up for it right now. And I think you all are taking a great direction by joining this program. I'm looking at it around y'all, and it's just like I'm seeing my buddies back in the day. I mean, nothing has changed, and y'all got a great program run around here. I remember us going to drill competitions and smoking the other Marine Corps programs. Y'all are doing great. And that ball ceremony, That was better than many of the Marine Corps balls that I've been to. Y'all nailed that. You need to give yourself a pat on the back. And just in closing, please take this seriously. I know you all have, but this is a great tradition to be able to participate in a ball like this. Every year around the world, Marine Corps units are celebrating the Marine Corps' birthday. Doesn't matter where they are, abroad or overseas. It doesn't matter. This is a very sacred tradition, and I think you guys are doing a great thing here. And thank you so much for the honor to speak to you all. I hope that you will come to me and ask any questions. If you're wondering about college or the military or just some advice, I will be here and willing to talk to you. So thank you all so much for what you're doing. And parents, y'all are doing great too. I cannot imagine, obviously don't have any kids yet, but I can only imagine how difficult it's been during the coronavirus, having to adapt to your schedule and your children. School, I heard there was school bus driver shortages, the most craziest things I've never heard of. So good job to y'all as well. Thank you.
As a small token of our appreciation, we would like to present the guest of honor with a gift from the cadets of our Mount Juliet High School Marine Corps Junior ROTC program. We would also like to recognize our Wilson County faculty, our Mount Juliet High School faculty members, local law enforcement, first responders, military recruiters, and veterans. Thank you for attending this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise as our cadets sing the Marines hymn.
From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, we will fight our country's battles in the air, on land and sea. First to fight for right and freedom, and to keep our honor clean. We are proud to claim the title of United States Marine. Our flags unfurled to every breeze, from dawn to setting sun. We have fought in every clime and place where we could take a gun. In the snow of far-off northern lands and in sunny tropic seas, you will find us always on the job, the United States Marines. Here's health to you and to our corps, which we are proud to serve. In many a strife we fought for life and never lost our nerve. If the Army and the Navy ever look on heaven's seas, they will find the streets are guarded by United States Marines.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. And now to introduce Sergeant Major Clark.
I want to take an opportunity to echo a few comments made by the Major. I want to say thank you to the families. This program is a wonderful program, but it's only wonderful because of the participation that you provide, the countless hours getting up in the morning, driving our drill cadets to practice, getting up in the morning, driving our rifle team cadets to practice, staying late, picking them up late in the evening for our physical training team, allowing your cadets to spend time with one another on the weekends. I want to ask that we give a round of applause to our drill team and our cadet company staff for this wonderful ceremony. So if you're not aware, I had nothing to do with the ceremony. Our cadet company staff, our commanding officer, our executive officer, our company first sergeant, and our company gunnery sergeant are responsible for the administration, for the logistics, for the coordination. Our drill team captain, our adjutant are responsible for the ceremony itself. And I'd love to echo the words of our guest of honor. I've been to a lot of Marine Corps ceremonies. I've been to a lot of Marine Corps birthday balls. And by far, this is one of the best that I've ever seen. For the Marines in the audience, I'm sure you would agree. Hoorah! All right, I want to offer one last thing. We're very blessed to have the opportunity to host this ceremony. Marine Corps units across the globe have canceled their ceremonies due to COVID-19. Mount Juliet High School, Wilson County, our faculty have provided us this opportunity, although on a very smaller and limited scale, to host this ceremony. Although this concludes our formal ceremony, I'm going to ask that everyone provide an additional opportunity, an additional time for your students to hang out with one another. I want to ask that we share some camaraderie and some time with one another because we don't get those opportunities during the day. Our students are broken down by block, they're broken down by platoon. And although some of them know one another from each class in math, science, English, we don't really, believe it or not, get an opportunity to cross-pollinate as often as we'd like. So, although the formal ceremony is over, now it's time to break bread, eat some cake, get jacked up on soda, have a good time with one another, share each other's company, and get a little bit, just a little bit stupid. Good to go? All right, so I got a bum leg. I usually get challenged to a drill competition amongst one another, and then on this day, I usually get challenged to a dance-off. All right, I got a torn calf. I'm willing to shake a leg, not willing to break one. But I'm going to ask you, Mom and Dad, sisters, brothers, all of our cadets, this is now no longer a ceremony, it's a dance floor. We've got photos available on the outside, a ridiculous amount of soda and cake in the back. So please, hang out, have a good time, enjoy each other's company. Happy birthday.
Get the music cranking.
Yes, sir. In about 5 minutes.